TV show, and it's great to be with you today. Just share a little bit about the vision. In October or November in 2015, I had a vision really to bring health professionals and give them a platform to really express what they do, their profession, and what part of the industry they're in. Okay, so without further ado, I just want to introduce my first guest today. And this lady I know quite well. She's a real passion for helping people in their health and what she does, and with children and also people that are quite mature as well. How are you doing today, Sue?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you very much. It's great for you to be here today, and yeah, as you're the first guest as well on the show, I really feel that it's really important that we get what you do out there, if that's all right. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, certainly.
So it's great to have Sue here. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm going to be asking Sue some interview questions. She's going to be expressing how she sees things and what she does, and it's great to be with you. So the first question, Sue, is so can you tell everyone about yourself and the passion that you have, and especially from a mother to a son, your story really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, my son was born in 2001, and he was the strangest little baby I'd ever seen. As an experienced auntie, 10 nieces and nephews, I looked at him and I thought, he's just, you won't let me put him down, and he needs to be held all the time. And I knew that there was something slightly odd about him. And by the time he was 3 months old, he could wiggle across the floor on his back. By the time he was 8 months old, he'd walk for a couple of hours a day. And by the time he was 18 months old, he'd walk from 9 to 5. And he just needed to be outside in the world. He would never do anything inside, or anything touching or holding or doing or being or playing with anything. He just didn't have any interest in that, so I thought. And I was just very concerned about him. Then he started school, and he couldn't do anything. He had no classroom skills. He couldn't sit or hold a pen or write or look at paper or learn to read or anything. He had no skills for that. And so suddenly my amazing child became somebody who the teachers were worried about. He wasn't learning, he couldn't engage with anything. And it was horrible. But where's my amazing child gone? And so eventually he was diagnosed with really severe dyslexia and social communication disorder. And so, well, my dad, who was a dyslexia teacher, said, "Sue, there's no cure, you have to learn to live with it." And I'm like, well, watch me. He can't grow up like that. So I started researching, and I found an 82-year-old woman in Oregon called Svea Gold, and I contacted her, and she taught me what to do to find out what was going on in his brain, and then what to do to sort him out. So I did that. She sent me some exercises. I started doing them with the physical exercises because the brain learns through movement. And well, his symptoms went. He just became so happy within a very short time, and he was able to learn to read, and it was so life-changing. People within the first 3 months of me discovering that, people in 3 counties away were phoning me up saying, 3 people have told me about you, people I've never heard of. It was so weird. And saying, "Will you help us?" And I'm like, well, of course, but I don't know why you want to come to see me. Surely there must be somewhere else you can get this. And I'm like, no, we want to come to you.
Yeah.
We've heard about what you're doing. And I'm like, okay. So I was kind of reluctant and a bit nervous, but within about 6 months, I treated 30, 40 children.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know. And now it's 8 years old, and my son is now 14, and he's up here.
Yeah.
No sign of dyslexia.
Yeah. So just going back to what you said about the people were saying that nothing could be done. Obviously, that fueled something in you. You must have a passion. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
About my passion?
Yeah.
Well, I did a degree in health, specialising in homeopathy 20 years ago. I qualified. And because I believe that there are answers, we just have to find them. They're not always going to be in the mainstream way. But this neurodevelopment that I discovered had been around for nearly 100 years, but initially used for cerebral palsy and then autism, and it's only really in the last few years it's been used for dyslexia. And it was just such a great opportunity to be able to absolutely share my passion to help other people. And yeah, I wasn't going to accept other people's limitations. It's like, no cure, you have to learn to live with it. And then that means that then shuts down the potential for him ever to get any help. So I had a choice: either accept other people's limitations or imagine that there are answers and then just go and find them. I knew which option I had to take. There was no way I could ever accept that, no, you can't even look
Okay, Sue, thank you for sharing that. Just want to ask you the next question now, really. From perspective of being a parent, obviously, and a parent to girls myself as well, when you've got children, what tips could you give to somebody that are very basic, obviously, that might, or maybe signs of, say, like autism or that kind of thing? What could you share with our viewers today that could influence them and help them?
Well, one of the most interesting things that happened to me when I discovered neurodevelopment was screening my son. What that is you run them through a series of tests and you find out what's working or not in their brain.
Right.
And I discovered that he'd got no tracking, his 3D wasn't working, he'd got no depth perception, he'd got Irlen syndrome, he'd got pretty much every visual problem going, and yet he passed 2 tests at the optician. Right. And he had a whole load of other problems too. But the takeaway from that is when you understand your child's sensory experience, you will be so much more compassionate because they're not doing anything to be annoying or naughty or awkward. It's so hard having sensory distortions and it's exhausting. So when you understand the sensory experience, it really makes you so much more compassionate and tolerant and patient with your child. No child wants to be in trouble. No child wants to be naughty. Everyone is doing their best to be loved, appreciated, and part of their family community.
So, am I right in saying that? I don't know, obviously, but am I right in saying is that the core where you need to start?
Yeah. So, if we draw a timeline in the air, we have conception, birth, first year of life. Okay. So, from conception here, we begin our program 3 months post-conception. Right. We go right back to then, so we're doing real basic in utero movements that a baby would do in utero, and we can go right through up to about the age of 1 or 2. Right. That's why what we do is so profound, because at this stage here, this in utero stage, we're not even using much of our hemispheres. It's all brainstem. It's all about moving and getting that working so that you can function and then use the other bits later on. So you've got to build it. You've got to build your brain in utero by moving. And every single neurotypical person across the planet moves in the same way in utero and after birth. Right. It's only when you become neurodiverse and something's happened to move you off the neurotypical that you get the sensory distortions that result in spectrum symptoms: dyslexia, dyspraxia, dyscalculia, Asperger's, autism, ADHD, and mutism, and so on. Even cerebral palsy and ataxia we've treated in the clinic. So what we've got to do by the screening is find out where on this timeline somebody is. Most of the people I treat are in the few months post-conception to the first 6 months of life. That's the band we treat. Right, okay. So brain gym, for example, people say to me, is this like brain gym? Brain gym's right over there. Right. Doesn't come back to anything as early as we do, and that's why it's not so effective, because we're copying nature. Simple. So what's your take on that? So are you saying a lot in the industry now is actually, like you say, putting a sticker over a plaster over the problem, or is it people just don't understand
the roots?
Yeah, people don't understand what dyslexia is. So if you were to phone up some of the what's out there in the dyslexia world, can you help dyslexia? Well, no, of course not. It's a brain thing, and that's how your brain is, and it's a difference, and that's how you have to learn to live with it. Well, actually, no, the brain is plastic. We have nerve growth factors. For example, in the Salk Institute in Switzerland, they severed rat spines. They applied 3 nerve growth factors, different ones, either side of the sever, and they got the rat moving. Wow. Yes! Nerve growth factors. So every time you repeatedly send a message down an axon, so say I keep on doing that, then that's sending messages down. That's going to become hardwired. I'm going to get really good at doing that. Yes. And that's all you're doing when you're learning to drive, is repeating, and creating new neural pathways, and using nerve growth factors. And how awesome is that? Really so good. We can change our brain. Yeah, it's exciting.
Well, Sue, I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show today.
It's been my absolute pleasure.
We've really felt blessed to have you today. This is the end of the first online TV show. I want to say thank you to Sue. So could you just tell us just a little bit more about your books and what you do?
Thank you. My business is called Brain Buzz. That's one word, 3 Zs. So it's brainbuzz.co.uk. You can find my website there, and I have about 30 videos which you can have a look at. Lots and lots of resources, stories, and all sorts of things of my journey and how to get in touch with us, how to find our clinic. We're in Hatfield Peveril, near Chelmsford. If you want my book,
books, they can be found on Amazon. If you look for Brain Buzz, one word, 3 Z's, you'll come up with a list of books I've written. This is the one you want for food. This Maximise Your Child's Potential is the one you want for everything else. The food stuff is in there, but this one is all broken down into easier to read segments. That's the best one. If you want to train with me, then you'll come and you'll get your own manual. I teach a lot of therapists, so homeopaths, acupuncturists, all sorts of therapists, hypnotists, and also dance teachers and business people. They all see the benefit of this for their practices in their lives, and they like to come and train with me as well, including from Australia. Wow, wow. So any questions, you can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook. I've got Brain Buzz on Facebook. I've got the Child Brain Whisperer. I also have the Child Brain Whisperer YouTube channel where you can see new videos popping up left, right and centre.
Which is good. I've seen a few of your
Oh,
videos.
thank
so
you.
it's good.
I love doing it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it's also informative because obviously I want to empower you. So get in touch. Anything you want. Email me, phone me. Just get in touch. Facebook me and ask me anything that you think I might be able to help you with. And if you want to come and learn, come and learn. It's just a joy. Thank you.
So thank you very much for listening. I want to say thank you once again to Sue.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Stay healthy and take care. Bye-bye.